Good morning. It was a surprise this morning when I came downstairs with Sissy that Tristan was asleep on Jeff, and I guess he threw up twice. And last night we thought it all kind of makes sense now. Last night I thought it was weird that he was laying on Jeff before bed. I just thought he was like that tired, but he was like all snuggling like he is right now. And so I'm like, oh, that's so cute. He's tired. And so he went to bed. He didn't feel like warm or a fever or anything. And then at 3 in the morning, he woke up and, well, no, like, I don't know. I was up editing late. So at some point during the night, he was coughing. And I'm like, oh no, Jeff's been sick all week. And so I'm like, oh no, he's getting sick now. But he went back to sleep. And then he woke up at 3 and he was crying a bit. But he did that yesterday at 5, and he went right back to sleep. So like within a minute, maybe 2, he was back to sleep. So I didn't think anything of it. So he woke up, slept until 6:30, and then Jeff got up with him, and then I came down at 7:30 with Sis, and he was asleep on him, and I'm like, what is going on? And he said he threw up twice. So he has a fever. I gave him medicine. Jeff said he just didn't want to move him, he was just snuggling on him and he didn't feel good. So he wanted to make sure his belly was settled a little bit before giving him medicine because it was gurgling, and it still is. So I gave him some Tylenol, and I haven't taken his temp. He's still a little warm. I got him out of his fleece jammas. The Tylenol has kicked in because he's actually walking around. He keeps wanting to eat and have what Sissy has, but he's not really eating it. It's just he wants it, which I'm learning from the last time when we were all terribly sick and when we visited in Washington. He would tell me he threw up more than all 3 of us. He threw up the most in 2 days worth. And that was because he'd keep eating. I was feeding him like what Sissy would eat, strawberries and fruits and just normal food, even though his belly was upset. But he was telling me he was okay, and I figured since me and Sissy had gotten through it pretty quick and then ate normal food, it was okay. But then every time he'd prove me wrong, he'd throw up. So I'm learning this time. I am not giving him anything today except very mild stuff. So puffs and pretzels and Ritz crackers and water, and pretty much, and then I'll probably have Jeff pick up some popsicles on the way home. Oh, thank you. Nom, 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 nom. You eat it. So he's at least walking around now, and finally Jeff had to go to work, and she's been total daddy's girl and crying if he wasn't holding her every second. So he managed to get a shower in and scoot out the door while I gave some crackers to make her happy. So right now it's not so bad, but once the Tylenol wears off, I'm sure he's going to crash again. When he has a fever, he's very lethargic, he's very clingy, and just wants to be held. So I just took their temperature, and even with Tylenol, an hour later, he's still sitting at like 101.5, and she's sitting at almost 101. So I just gave her Tylenol, and that's probably just the not perfect accurate because I didn't feel like upsetting them and doing the rectal one, which is what I prefer because it is way more accurate. Like it's spot on, because it's the internal temp. But I did the ear thermometer, and that kind of bothered her as it was. So I wasn't about to stick a thermometer up their booty. So Tylenol just went in her system. So hopefully she doesn't throw up. I'm wondering if he threw up. I didn't ask Jeff the specifics. If he was eating something or drinking something, or since now like the snot's coming down and they're getting what he's getting, maybe he had snot or something like draining in the back of his throat and upsetting his stomach, and that's why he threw up. I don't know. They are bathed and they both were shivering like crazy. I made the bath not cold but lukewarm because I didn't want to make his fever worse, so I wanted to try to help break it. So it was lukewarm, but you can see he's just got the shivers. His body hurts. This is even after being dried off and jammas on and cuddled. And so he was just crying and snuggling me, but he found this toy that interests him, so he's perking up just a little bit. You can see in his face, though, he's just not feeling great, and his forehead still is just on fire. I don't want to put him down for nap until I can give him another dose of Tylenol, because I want him to take a good nap and hopefully, with the help of Tylenol, break his fever. He never does this. This is what he was doing last night with Jeff. Little did we know he was getting sick. She's being a busy bee, and I think she pooped. Are you stuck? Get out. Get out, baby. But see, I just started rubbing his back and his head. And he is not feeling good at all. So, I really didn't want to put him down before getting him more medicine. My poor baby. As you guys saw, he fell asleep on me. Sleep is what he needs. Rest is what they both need, especially him since he's worse off. He never does that. So he is not feeling well at all. So I just put him in his crib, and even with Sissy banging on the door and me dropping stuff and tripping over stuff, he just went down. He didn't make a peep. So I don't know. I'm gonna let him sleep for now, and because that's what he needs. Unfortunately, he didn't get his other dose of Tylenol in. So he's sleeping, and then Cindy was rubbing her face on my shirt, which she does when she's tired. So I changed her poopy diaper and put her to bed. I said, you want to go night-night? And she rubbed her face on me. So I put her down. She didn't make a peep. So both of them are asleep right now. These are so delicious. This is my new, favorite breakfast, I guess. I don't know, it's 12:15 and I haven't eaten. I've had a whole pot of coffee, so I'm gonna eat this. But blueberry swirl and the chocolate peanut butter are amazing, and they're from Walmart. They're only 96 cents or something like that, but delicious. This little one already woke up. She didn't take a very long nap, if she even indeed napped, but she was quiet up there. She looks tired, but I think she just doesn't feel good. She feels really warm now. So I just gave her some Tylenol, and she ate some of a pouch, and I got her some water. So she doesn't really want to be bothered. So we're just hanging out, watching some SpongeBob. Huh, baby? Make you feel warm. Yeah. Daddy's gonna bring home popsicles. I love you, baby. I'm a very sick boy. He woke up crying, and when I went and got him, he was shaking like he could hardly stand. He is on fire. I was wrong about the Tylenol, or him not feeling warm. He is on fire. I took his temp because that's how hot he is. It just is ridiculous. And it's 104.1, and I know once you get to 104 and 105, that's dangerous and seizures, and it's not good at all. I gave him some Tylenol. I called the doctor, and they said to take him to urgent care. So there's one here in town that I'm going to take him to instead of going to the next town like I did last time. So I've had to hurry up and get dressed and get them just in jackets and shoes and out the door. I called Jeff and told him, you need to get home. He's sick. And he said he was leaving. I don't know how long till he's here. So I'm hoping to just get us all ready and go so that by the time he's here, then I can just go with Tristan. Or we can go together. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm trying to see how long it's going to be till he's here, because if it's going to be 45 minutes or an hour, then I'm just going to go with 2 kids and he can meet me there. So I got to hustle and get this kid better. I mean, he's in and out of it. This isn't good. I got to go. Jeff made it in time right when we got in the room. About a few minutes later, he got here. So he's got the Mr. Bub. Doctor says that he has an ear infection, so he's getting antibiotics. And then they are giving him ibuprofen, or they just did, on top of the Tylenol I gave him before we left. I didn't know that you could do that, but apparently you can. So his temperature was 102.7, half hour, 45 minutes after the Tylenol. And then he wasn't happy with that being that high still, so that's why he's got the ibuprofen. So we're waiting 10 minutes to see what his temp will be and how he reacts to that. And the medicine's at the pharmacy here. Sissy is still warm and whiny. I don't think she even ever napped. I just think she laid in her bed and fooled around. So she keeps pulling up my shirt, and she doesn't feel good. But she's not like Bub by any means. So see, his eyes keep rolling, and his pupils just look funny. Bub just does not look alert by any means. Look at his pupils even. You can just see in his eyes. His pupils aren't anything.
Do you want to see
I know I was letting him have special privileges today. If you put it on photos, he likes to swipe it, and so he'll swipe through photos. Oh yeah, you could do that too. He just likes touching it. So that's what's going down. We're going to get them back home, and then Jeff or I is going to go out Jeff or I wasn't calling you Jeff or I. My mom calls her Jeff or I. Jeff or I is gonna go out to go get some stuff at the store and pick up the prescription. And then, and then we are just planning on a low-key weekend. We were gonna go to the farm show and do some fun stuff, but not with sick babies. That's attractive, sissy. Sticking your finger up your nose. That's cute. Really cute. Hi, Bubby. You're actually sitting up. Oh, and you're talking. Hi, buddy. Are you doing better? I just temped down to like what did you say? 101.2. And then I had him take Sissy's temp over there, and it was 100 point something. That's with Tylenol in her. So headed back home. Jeff's behind me, and I'm gonna go try to put her down for a nap, maybe, and then go out and get that stuff. I ran to the grocery store and I picked up a few things, and it always without fail, like when you go to get a few things or like when you're sick, it always costs money, I swear, between like office visits and you go get like some Gatorade and popsicles and tissues and medicine and things that you just don't need normally or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, it's just crazy how quick it adds up. So I'm gonna run to go pick up his prescription. This is Mr. Man. I traded my phone for him to make medicine.
He traded.
Yep, he barters. Yep. That was the deal. So he's going to play with my phone for a few minutes. Oh, bless you. We just gave him some more Tylenol, some cough syrup. We've got their rooms all ready. And we're just hanging out and playing, but he's at least moving around and active.
This don't tear out very easy. Over here. Ready? Let's do this side. You ready? Go. Whoa. Pretty. Show mama.
Wow.
Show mama, Bubby.
So pretty.
Bubby, show mama.
You want some more?
You want another one? Here, bub. Here.
And she's talking on the thermometer like a phone.
This sticker book. Somebody needs to steal from that. There we go. Bubby, look. Ready? Let's go right there. Look, show mama.
Wow. You look pretty. What are those eyes? Goodness. Your looks. Kids are tucked in. We put them to bed like a little after 6 tonight just so that they could hopefully get a good 12 or 13 hours in. That would really help them. I'm hoping that their fevers break tonight and that they're feeling better tomorrow. I got my shower in finally for the day. I feel so nice. And Jeff went to go rent some movies from Redbox for us to chill out and watch and just veg and hang out. He's not feeling great either. He's the one that started out being sick first, and then the babies caught it. And I just want to say right now, I was thinking about this while I was in the shower because, of course, in the back of my head, I'm like, I hope I don't get sick too. But normally I'm like the first to get sick. If anyone's sick, like I would be first to catch it, or I always get sick whenever anyone else is. And I've been doing the doTERRA oils for my headache. So is it a coincidence that I didn't get sick, or am I not going to get sick because the oils have properties that have helped with that? Food for thought. We watched one movie. What was it called? Reclaim. It was okay. Lifetime-y and kind of slow, but good enough to watch one time. And then we started watching another movie and then decided that we're lame and we're tired and it's 8:40 and we want to go to bed because if they're still not feeling good and wake up in the middle of the night, or if they're up early since we put them to bed at like 6, or they're not feeling good, or maybe their fever will break and they're starving. Either way, we're just preparing and want to get sleep ourselves, and Jeff still doesn't feel good. So on that note, we are going to call it a night. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the morning. Bye.